everyone.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Firstly, thank you so much, TED, for having me here. I recall receiving an email from the TED team a few weeks ago. It was 4 in the morning when I was up for a shoot when I read that email. While I was reading through it, my mind raced with thoughts of what to say and how to approach it. And I honestly kept doing this for 3 days. However, I realized that I was overcomplicating everything in my mind. And that's when a dialogue from one of my favorite films, Dear Zindagi, crossed my mind. Where Shah Rukh Khan says, कभी-कभी हम लाइफ में मुश्किल रास्ता इसलिए चूज करते हैं क्योंकि हमें लगता है कि इम्पॉर्टेंट चीज़ें पाने के लिए हमें मुश्किल रास्ता अपनाना पड़ता है, राइट? पर कभी-कभी आसान रास्ता चूज करना कितना इम्पॉर्टेंट होता है क्योंकि उस वक्त वो हमारे लिए बेस्ट ऑप्शन होता है. And that's when I decided to keep it simple and share everything that's close to my heart. And that's my journey. Because honestly, that's who I am. A girl with a simple yet a big dream to make it in the movies. Hi everyone, I am Juhi Bhatt, an actor, a dancer, and a digital creator. And this is my story. So, I grew up in a Gujarati family in the city of dreams, Mumbai. And you know, when you come from a family that has no connection in the film industry, and you know, I was also academically very strong. So pursuing acting seemed like a very distant dream. So that's when I decided that, you know, the best option right now is to focus on my academics. So I took a degree in Bachelor's in Management Studies and my Master's in Media and Entertainment. After finishing my Master's, I landed a job in movie marketing with one of the leading production houses, Eros International. Honestly, I didn't know how else to get into the movie industry. And I thought doing a job in a company which makes movies might be the right move. Only to realize that I was honestly too far away from my dream. Although I did work on some of the biggest projects like Bajirao Mastani, Tanu Weds Manu Returns, Bajrangi Bhaijaan, and lots more. But my heart wasn't happy. I was there for about 3 years. But something kept telling me that this is not where I wanted to be. And honestly, no offense to people in the corporate, but that just wasn't in sync with what I wanted to do for myself. Until one day, when my boss called me to her cabin and said that, you know, we want you to promote to a bigger position in the brands team. Great position, great salary. Honestly, anyone in my place would have taken that position. But the first thing that came to my mind when I heard that was, if I do this now, I don't think I'll ever be able to follow my dreams. And that's when I decided to just follow my passion, leave the corporate world behind, and pursue acting wholeheartedly. A lot of doubts from a lot of people that, you know, this technically isn't the right move for you. You were doing so well, and you would have grown in the company. But I don't know, I was just so firm with my decision because 10 years down the lane, I didn't want to stand somewhere and think that I had that one chance. I could have taken that leap of faith if I believed in myself, but I didn't. So because I didn't want to regret, I was very firm on my decision. Transitioning into a freelancer wasn't really easy for me because then I knew that I will not have a fixed job. I won't have to wake up at a particular time, get ready and go to work. And most importantly, I also knew that I will not have money coming in my account by the end of the month, which is scary. And also when you've been independent, it's scary when you know that you have to ask for money from your parents. So a lot of overthinking happened. You know, I was not sure if it was the right move. But then I decided that I will focus on something which I love the most, and that's dance. I've been dancing since the age of 5. It makes me so happy. It keeps me sane. So I decided to dance and, you know, focus a lot of time on dancing while I was figuring out how to have a schedule, because I technically didn't have a fixed schedule, and I I am someone who loves to have things in place. So I started figuring out things, didn't even know how to go about the audition process. Found out some numbers, started messaging people that, hey, I'm an actor. If you have any work, any audition, please let me know. So I started doing that, and I also realized that you can have a dream, but you also need to have the skill set to follow that dream. So while I wanted to be an actor, it was important for me to train myself in acting. So I did lots of workshops, I joined a theater group, I was dancing, I was giving auditions, I was doing all these things. Money wasn't really coming in, but to be honest, I was so happy because finally I was doing what I love, and finally I was following my dream. While I was auditioning, I auditioned for an ad which I got selected for. It was an ad for a laptop brand with Guru Randhava. I've been a big fan of him. So when I got that ad, I was so happy because it was my first chance to be on screen, and I was screaming out of joy because the little girl who believed in herself was finally getting her chance. I shot for the ad. The director who was shooting it loved my work. A month later, he reached out to me and said that, hey Juhi, we're auditioning for a web series and I want to test you for the lead role for that. Would you be up for it? And I was like, why will I not be up for it? So I auditioned for that part. A week later, I get a call that I have been selected as the lead actress for the show called Tumse Na Ho Paega, produced by, guess who? Eros International, the same company I had left behind. Life literally came to me in a full circle. I started thinking that things from now on are going to be pretty simple. I've done a show, I will get lots of offers after the show is out. I'm doing ads, I'm working on myself. There was so much that I was doing. And I thought life is going to be simple. But is it ever that simple? I don't think so. It keeps throwing challenges at us at every given point in time so that we face life more fearlessly. I remember going for my aerial class. I used to do aerial back then. And I was climbing the silk. And somehow when I reached a particular height, I lost balance and I fell. And the impact of it on my shoulder was so much that I had a major shoulder injury. I was asked not to dance for a while. One thing that kept me sane was dancing. And I was not doing that. Again, I was really sad about it. And then COVID hits. COVID's been a difficult time for all of us, right? But as an artist, when there's so much uncertainty with our work, we don't know if, we're going to make it or no. There's so much rejection, so much uncertainty. I started questioning myself every single day. What am I doing? Am I on the right path? Maybe I shouldn't have left my job. Probably I'm not meant for this. I started getting a lot of thoughts and I started overthinking. And that's when my mom, who is my biggest support system, she came to my rescue. And she told me that, Juhi, this is your dream. If you don't do it, no one is going to do it for you. And I remember being a very pessimist person. So the first thought that would come to my mind for any given situation would somehow be negative. I don't know why. Even if I'm getting into something new and it's great, I would just think about it so badly that, oh, probably this will not happen. I'm so happy that I will attract sadness. And that's how my mind started thinking like that. And I used to be that person. And that's exactly what used to happen. And when it would happen, I would start validating myself that, look, whatever you're thinking is happening. but they weren't the thoughts that I wanted for myself. But when I had that conversation with my mom, and the tough times during COVID, and even my dad told me that I'm here to support you. I'm here whenever you need me. And for someone, like I mentioned, that when you've been independent, asking for money from your parents is tough. But it's during your tough times that your family comes to your rescue. And I've been so lucky to have parents who support me and who've been by my side through my journey, because the industry that I'm in, or being an artist, is not an easy job. Because it's not only the rejections that you're facing, but it's also mentally, when there's so much happening, right? You start comparing yourself with other people. But I think that support mattered so much that somehow there was a shift in me. I started being more positive towards things. And I started manifesting the right things in the universe. Now, I'll come to the manifestation part a little later, because that's something that I truly believe in, and that's something that's very close to my heart. But as I started being more positive, I realized, okay, COVID is here. I can't shoot. I can't, acting projects aren't happening. I technically can't even dance. None of us can really step out and do much about it. But people were using their phones the most during COVID. And that's when I decided I will focus on creating content. Because since I was a kid, I loved playing dress up. And I just wanted to share my passion for fashion out there. Just purely, I didn't see it from a business perspective. I didn't even know it could become what it is right now. A lot of people have made such a huge business out of their social media. I didn't know that could happen. Purely as an opportunity, I started creating more content. I started posting it. Brands started loving my work. I started creating an opportunity for myself through the social media space. I could express myself. I could shoot whatever I wanted to, be it even if I couldn't go outside. I started doing that. With respect to dancing, when my injuries sort of started getting a little better, I realized, okay, I've injured my shoulder. I can't use this part a lot, but I have my feet. I started training in classical dance form. I always wanted to be classically trained. So I started training in Kathak. And when things started getting better, I started getting offers from Filter Copy. I'm sure a lot of you would have watched Filter Copy videos. Yeah. So I started doing a lot of Filter Copy videos, and that gave me so much of a digital push because young audience was consuming it, and it was very relatable. And somehow everything started working in my favor. Now coming back to the whole manifestation bit. It's something that has really changed my perspective towards a lot of things. And when I say I used to be a negative person, I really used to be one. I read this book called The Secret. I'm sure a lot of you would have read it. Yeah, you have? Beautiful book, right? Yeah, very well written, lovely book. Even I love it. There's this one line in this book which stayed with me. And right now also, as I think about this book, this line runs on my mind, saying thoughts become things. So think wisely. Yeah? So, as humans, on an average, on a daily basis, we have around 60,000 thoughts. It's humanly impossible to control those many number of thoughts, right? But I started consciously thinking more positively. And when I started doing that, I could see a major shift in my work as well. And now the power of manifestation doesn't work in a way that I say tomorrow I want this to happen, so it is going to happen tomorrow. No, that's not how it works. What it does is, when you put out positive thoughts in the universe gives you the ability to work towards it. Now say tomorrow I say that I want to lose weight, right? But if I am so negative about it that I will not be able to lose weight, I don't think I would, push myself out of the bed, go to the gym, eat right, try and maintain a healthy lifestyle. No, I wouldn't do that. But if I put out a thought saying that I want to lose weight and I will lose weight, I will start going to the gym. I'll start eating right. I'll do everything that it takes. And that's how my thought process changed. A couple of things that happened beautifully in my life. I remember last year, I made a list of brands I wanted to work with on social media. And within 2 months, I literally worked with those brands. And I've been working with them, since the past 1 year. I wanted to reach a particular mark on Instagram, which I thought that, would be very difficult and I wouldn't be able to make it, and, it's a high number to reach to. But as and when I started believing in myself, I started producing more content and I started attracting the numbers that I wanted. One of the most beautiful manifestations that has happened to me is I remember telling my mother, I was watching a song on the TV. I don't remember which song, but I was watching a song and I told my mom that, Mom, I really want to dance in a Bollywood film, like in a Bollywood commercial movie. I want to dance. And like any other mom would say, plus my mom's been so supportive, that she would say, yes, I really hope this happens for you very soon, and I'm sure this will. And it was just a thought. I didn't really think about it twice. And 2 months from then, I get a call from Excel Entertainment saying, we'd like to test you for grade 3. And I tested for that part. And usually, with the whole audition process, how it happens that you give an audition and you forget about it. Because there are so many auditions that you keep giving on a daily basis that you can't like hold back and say that, hey, why did I not get selected here? Why, did this not happen? So I usually give an audition and forget about it. But as soon as I reached home, which was an hour from that audition, I get a call that you've been selected. And you are shooting for grade 3 in the next 2 days. And I was like, wow, this is so beautiful. Because I didn't even see this coming, and I had just put it out in the universe. And a lot of other things that have been on similar grounds. So to end this, I'd just like to say, I'm still that girl. I'm still that girl who dreams to make it big in the movie industry. And I really hope next time when I come, I don't have to introduce myself. That's also like one of the dreams that I have. But I'm still someone who dreams, and it's a difficult industry to be in, but I'm so happy because I'm doing what I love and I'm doing what makes me happy, and every day I wake up doing living the dream that I always wanted to live. And again, I remember my mom told me one more thing. Try things, There's a chance 99% of the times you will fail at it. But what if that 1% time you succeed? Because if you do, then you are living the dream that you wanted to. You're waking up to something that you always wanted to do for yourself. So I really hope even if one person sitting here resonates with my story and takes that leap of faith to follow their dreams, whatever it may be, fail, succeed, fall, it doesn't matter. At least you tried, because 10 years down the lane, you don't want to sit somewhere and think that, hey, I had an opportunity, hey, I wish I did that for myself 10 years back, if I could take the leap of faith for myself, but I didn't. None of us want to live in that regret, right? So just follow your dreams and do whatever it takes to make it happen. Thank you, everyone.